Hi everyone, something a little different for this video. I'm going to do a quick tour of the sim room here. Had a few people asking in the comments in recent videos things such as how do I use the Fanatec CSL with the PS5 and GT7, so I'll show you how I do that, as well as show off a few bits of F1 merch and tat as we go around the room. This is just going to be a simple walk around with my phone situation. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments. I always try to respond to everybody as best I can as well. So here we go. So first things first, we will look at the most relevant part of the setup, which is of course the sim rig. We are running a PS5 Pro at the moment, as GT7 is my current game of choice. Normally on this shelf I do keep a Series X as well for when I play F1 with my dad, but that's currently downstairs as I'm playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle at the moment. Most of my setup is GT Omega and Fanatec based. The wheel itself is the Fanatec CSL DD with the McLaren GT3 wheel and CSL Elite pedals. We've also got the flat metal panels for the pedal covers as well. You'll notice, of course, this is the Xbox version of the wheel, which is currently hooked up to a PS5 with Gran Turismo 7. So originally I used to play F1 predominantly using Xbox or PC. But then making a recent shift last year over to GT7 as my main sim meant that we needed to have a conversion of some kind. So down here we've got the little magic box. This is the Collective Minds Drive Hub. This effectively uses a PlayStation controller which has the, what shall we call it, the magic PlayStation chip, so to speak. That is of course missing from the non-PlayStation wheelbase. This effectively fools the hardware into thinking it's receiving a signal from a PlayStation branded version of the wheel. So for me this effectively works out as the GT DD Pro wheel. It has all the same functionality, and when you look it up in the game it registers it as the DD Pro. I have no issues with the conversion at all. Feedback is exactly the same. I've used the DD Pro wheel and had no real sort of noticeable differences or lag with it at all. I see a few people have a few concerns, but I've generally had no problems with it whatsoever. I've got the VR headset down here as well. Over in the corner over there, you can just see I've got the head to put it on as well, but it's a bit of a pain in the neck, so it's easier just to keep it on the floor. Cable management at the moment is, well, not too bad actually. Can sometimes be a bit messier, in particular when I'm doing recordings, because over on the PC we have here the capture card and all of the extension cables that we need should I want to do anything like bring the cameras over, run any extra headphones or anything across over here for when we're doing the recordings as well. The frame itself is quite an old frame. This is the old GT Omega Art Cockpit, I believe it was called. Very sturdy for me. I know it's not the most robust thing on the market, but it serves me absolutely fine. I'm starting to see a tiny bit of flex now when I'm pressing the brake pedal quite heavily, but I'm not a particularly big guy, so I don't really have any problems with any sort of movement or instability as well, and it holds the wheel absolutely fine even when it's on like maximum feedback strength. So all in all, a setup that I'm rather happy with. Don't really have any plans to upgrade anything at the moment, other than I think the next thing I want to get is a round steering wheel, because I really want to learn some drifting so I can do some cinematic style videos on GT7, but that's for the coming months. The seat itself, again, it's GT Omega. This is the very common RS6, one of the entry level seats. Again, served me well, got no reason to replace it. And then more for aesthetics rather more than anything else is the GT Omega mat as well. Just ties the room together. The PS5 Pro sits here. I've always got it in its laying down configuration for two reasons. First of all, it doesn't come with a stand. It just comes with these tiny little plastic feet. And of course, because I tend to use the VR most of the time, I don't really want anything standing up that can potentially get wobbled around. Most important part of the entire setup is, of course, the coaster for the all-important cup of tea. Moving on to the wall decor, we have got a Skyrim fabric poster and a Wipeout canvas, along with my favourite track, Suzuka, a track map up there. That is an R-Wing, and my very first car, which was my original Escort 1.6 LX from, I think it was a 1993 model. I got it in 99. The main other element of the room is the Formula 1 game collection, which there is a separate video somewhere on my channel from a few months ago where I did a full walkthrough of all of these titles. There's about 410 or so now, so I'll pop a link to that video in the video description if anyone would like to check that out. The shelves are pretty much just decorated with random motorsport paraphernalia, Mario Kart trophy, Senna helmet, and various things that I've collected at various events and outings. One thing to point out, my Secret Santa gift this year, a 3D printed Formula 1 car made up out of Formula 1 tracks. Pretty cool. And other than that, my very basic PC setup, which is no longer good enough to actually run any games. It can run original Assetto Corsa just with a bit of help, but predominantly I just use this now for editing and just putting simple clips together. That's pretty much all we use that for, really. Other than that, it's Final Fantasy stuff everywhere, as that's my other main passion when it comes to games outside of racing. So there we go. There's a quick snapshot of the room. If anyone has any questions or any opinions, please do let me know in the comments. Always trying to answer everything. So let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.